WJG Sports. We journal great.
What's up, everybody? This is episode 44 of the Just Like Brothers podcast. My name is Laika Abibi, here in Greenville, North Carolina. Kai Jones is somewhere in Goldsboro. I think he's at his house again. And our special guest today is one of the top 2021 prospects in the Southeast and in the country, Clayton Junior forward BJ Freeman. BJ, thank you so much for joining us, man. We appreciate it. All right, you go ahead.
Twitter, of course, BJ Freeman is also the WJG Sports Player of the Year, man. So talk to me a little bit about, how fun this season was and what was this season like for you?
First, I want to say, it was life-changing for me because I had a whole bunch of background on me at high school and stuff. So coming to Clayton and Coach Mellon and the whole facility and everything, they helped me out a lot with schoolwork, starting off at school, and then on the court, I did what I was supposed to do, and me and my team just did what we were supposed to do, try to get as far as we can, stay as a team, got the wins, and pretty much made history. So,
right, man. Keep going.
Yeah, I just liked it and loved it. I'll never forget it.
Right, man. Now, of course, when it came, going to Clayton, why did you decide to leave Word of God and then go to Clayton?
Ever since my freshman year, Coach Mellon contacted my dad pretty much almost every day, or he'd have a phone call. When I was in AAU, he was checking on me. He was bringing coaches to my game. So ever since then, me and Coach Mellon, I can guess, had that relationship. And after I knew I was going to leave Word of God, I knew I can depend on Coach Mellon. And I knew I was going to go to Clayton anyway because my mom had moved the business. So, yeah.
This season for you guys, for the Comets, what were some of the big things and talking points and key things that have that ignited what was an incredible season for your team this year?
It made us more humble. Every game we lost by almost 40, we all got humbled, and we know what we had to do, and we know we had to get together. We didn't get together, then we were going to keep losing and losing. So we'll take practice serious. We got more active, and we just listened to what Coach had to say, and we did what we were supposed to do on the court.
Right. I remember talking to Coach Mellon at the open run that I went to, and he talked about this moment that you guys had at ECU where, it was the first time he really, got into your face. What was that moment like, and how do you think that kind of changed you guys' relationship for the better?
It kind of shocked me at first because I didn't know he had it in him. I didn't know. So, but when I first started talking to him, he was nice to me and stuff, so I didn't really expect it. So when he did that, I was like, oh, okay, he for real. So I got to get myself together.
Right. Now, of course, speaking of ECU, you got on the ECU shirt right now. I think did I see that right?
No. It's a LeBron shirt.
Okay. I saw it wrong.
Look, the lettering kind of looked like it. The lettering kind of looked like it, but it's 23. It's all good. But along the lines of that, who are some of the schools who have offered you and shown interest in you? If you can name any ones.
UNCW, Cincinnati, UCF, ECU, UNC Wilmington, Appalachia, Elon, Iona, and a couple more.
Gotcha.
And what? Oh, go ahead, Kai. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So, of course, now you're supposed to be committing, I believe, what was it, May 11th, correct?
Yeah.
So why are you committing so early?
I've been talking to this one coach, and they got my full attention, and they were telling me what I have to do, and if I did that, they can get me to where I want to go at the long run. So that caught my eyes, and especially the media. The media where it's at, I'm going to like it. And, I'm a camera guy, and I love it. So.
Speaking of the question you just asked, Kai, does May 11th, does that date hold any significance to why you're committing? Or
no, I wanted to do May 10th because of Mother's Day for my mom. So they couldn't let me do that. So WRAL, that's the only time they had. So I just decided May 11th. So we were waiting on them to contact me before we can make it official.
Go ahead, Kai.
Gotcha. So when you look at it, college recruitment, what was the process? What has the process been like for you?
Um, in the beginning, it was kind of shocking because I didn't expect everything to go so fast, like come so fast. I remember one day it was just me and my mom and my dad talking about when is it gonna come, and then it just came out of nowhere. So it's been kind of shocking, and I would say it's been great, been blessed.
Right now, of course, BJ, I felt for this entire year that up until about the last little bit of the season that people have kind of been underrating you as a prospect. How was it trying to deal with that, but then also just keeping your eye on the game?
Just like Coach Mike and Coach B always said, their ranking and stuff don't matter no more. So I could care less about it. Only thing I would do is trying to get wins, is try to get a state championship. That's all I was thinking about.
Right. You played with another guy who's going to college who was coming into Clayton for 1 year only, Mason Rush. What was it like playing with him?
That's my guy. Coming into the season, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do everything by myself, and I know he was gonna have me. So that took a lot of pressure off my back. And he'll come in, go hot, and when it comes down to that end, come and finish it. So that's what I had to do. That was our job, basically.
The team this year, it just seemed like it wasn't just you and Mason. It just seemed like a total team effort all season.
JoJo, Javante, Shaq, Elijah Sanders, everybody.
What were some of the things that kind of led to, after that 2-2 start, what were some of the things you did to just start stringing wins together and putting yourself in position to have a run at states?
See, in the beginning, all we just used to do was just play. We didn't go by plays, no nothing. We didn't go by defense or nothing. Nobody paying attention. And after that Garner game, it humbled us. And we knew we had to pay attention because we're not just going to come out there and just expect to win. So we listened to coach, and we just got at it.
Right.
What were some of the...
go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
One of the things that I noticed a lot about you guys was as the season went, the defense became better. What was the kind of the turning point for your defense where it seemed like for most of your conference season that guys couldn't get the ball up the court without turning it over?
Working practice, pressure, getting there to that spot, getting down baseline, and playing physical. That was the main thing, just playing physical.
What were some of the things? Oh, I'm sorry.
That was it.
I'm sorry. My bad. My other question was going to be, what were some of the things you did individually to improve your game over the last year to really expand your game to the outside and passing and things like that? What were some of the things you did to improve as individual?
Before any of that, the first thing I would say is I wanted to improve my leading skills. Like when I was at Word of God and stuff like that, I wasn't a good leader. So I came to Clayton and I brought my leading skills a little bit more up and being more as a team player.
What do you think really helped, mature you? Because I know you spoke a lot about being a lot more mature since Clayton. What was some of the things that helped grow you up a little bit?
At Word of God, I would say when my grandma had passed, it had matured me a little bit more, and I was getting the feel of stuff and knowing stuff now. So when I went that Word of God season and I played a little bit more, then I went to Clayton, and my friend died, it matured me a lot more, matured a lot. So I would say that.
How hard was it dealing with, the passing of Malik Shepard, who, of course, everyone knows was a big time in that community?
It hurt it in the beginning, but I had FaceTime Malik and Man, and we had a group chat. So only thing we had to do was just keep his name alive and just make sure his name is still alive and we represent it. And that's what we just had to do.
How important was the support that the Selma community gave to you guys? Because, every single game, I could look out to the stand and you would have a little faction there just for you.
Yeah, everybody down home is just like, it's family. Everybody wants to see me win, but at the same time, it's some around there that doesn't. So just having them it's just a blessing. just to make sure they come to my games and just to support me and keep it going. I was just blessed to have that.
You know, how close are you and Anthony Council? You know, that's one of my favorite.
Man.
I've been knowing Man ever since Summer Thunder days. Ever since I was 9 or 10. That's always been like my brother. So we always had that relationship on and off the court.
Who went a one-on-one? You or him?
And me. He too little.
What kind of answer do you think you were gonna get from me? Of course you're gonna say him.
Hey. I just wanted to check the temperature, see where we was at.
Yo, hey, man's still tough though. He could get a few buckets off, you know.
For sure.
I say it depends on who gets ball first and if man misses. Because boy, that kid is a sniper.
Oh my god, and he's gonna do so many great things at Fayetteville State, man. He's gonna be great.
Right, of course, speaking of Fayetteville and snipers, man, what was it like, you know, Jaquan Ross, I know you and him are super close, seeing him have the type of season he had, and now he's going to get a chance to go to Fayetteville Tech and play?
I'm happy for him. I remember the days when he said, oh, man, I don't think I can go to college and play, and I always pushed him and say, man, you got it, just chill, just relax, you're going to get it. And just knowing he's going to go to a community college, and maybe if he works hard and do that, he'll be able to go to a division school, a university. So there's nothing but blessings on my side for him. Hope he does what he wants in the long run.
You know, it seems like to me that you guys in Selma, that you're getting a lot better, you know, type of, you know, quality of hoopers. You know, you look at Anthony Council, you know, him going to Fayetteville State, and Jaquan, I just said you're going to go somewhere. How important do you think it is for Selma that you guys get a chance to go to college and kind of can inspire, you know, the younger generation?
It's a lot of old names, especially my pops one, so he couldn't finish it. So it's a big mission for me to finish it and take it to the next level and just make sure the younger kids and especially like my brother have something to look on and to help push them. So that means a lot.
Very well said.
Now, of course, you know, you talk about your dad and you talk about Coach Mike. I think one of the things that's been pretty cool is Coach Mike actually played with your dad, and now he's your AAU coach. You know, how important has, you know, Coach Dobbins, you know, been for you in your life and your basketball career?
He's been pretty much all my life, I would say, just like another father figure and just like my dad's brother. So playing with him is kind of stressful and a blessing at the same time because if I do something wrong, he could get right and snap on my neck and get in front of my face and do what he wants because that's my dad's best friend. So if I'm good and I ain't do nothing wrong, then everything's good and it's great.
You know, he's a fun guy, man. What is it like, you know, I see, you know, AAU teams always talk about, you know, the type of, when you take a loss, what is it like, you know, taking a loss with him? I know how loud he can get.
From where we're from, we don't win a lot, so we try to win every game. And some of the teammates we had, they're like to laugh and stuff like that. So knowing me and him, that's going to tick us off. So if we're not on the same page, then everybody's just going to come at each other to start screaming and doing all that. So when we lose with him, is you need to be quiet or you're going to get bust out.
Who are some of your favorite athletes to go against in Johnston County this year?
Johnston County, of course, everybody knows CJ Ray, so shout out to him. You got my boy Zach from Cleveland. I knew him for a long time too, so that's my guy. And that's pretty much it, I'll say.
Yeah, of course, I got a good picture of when Zach was guarding you and the height difference.
Oh, yeah, I had to show him that. I had that same. I was like, Zach wanted all the smoke.
For sure.
Yeah, you know, what is, you know, you've been around, you know, the state, played basketball, different states. What do you think is kind of the mark of, you know, Johnston County basketball for you?
Can you explain more, like, what you mean by that?
Like, what do you think it's, you know, kind of different about it, or even something that you normally can look around the county and can kind of see like, okay, that's something that we normally all do well, pretty well.
I would say Johnson County is kind of slept on. I would say it's a lot of talent around here that you would have seen, but they also mess up some of the chances of going to college or doing anything to the next level because, like I say, streets or anything, that got to them. So I'll just say we're slept on, but we're going to be on the come up. That's all I have to say.
Right. Now, of course, you were talking about earlier about your recruitment process. Going back to Nails, you talked about your Selma Thunder days. What was it like making that transition from, the Selma Thunder to, team loaded on one of the biggest circuits in the country?
I would say it was kind of a blessing, but Selma Thunder, they always had my back, and I also like playing with it because my dad was my coach too, and we had Coach Courtney, a whole bunch of coaches who wanted to see me win, and they did whatever they had to do to make sure we got that exposure or to get my name out there on the media. So big shout out to them. And with Team Loaded, I want to shout out Team Loaded too because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have a good recruitment list right now and stuff like that. And they did their job just like I did my job on the court. They did theirs off. They helped me out.
Was your eyes kind of big the first time you got to the circuit? You seen all of these coaches who you've probably seen on TV. What was that like?
When we went to New York, I seen like 50 coaches in one section for our 17, 16U game. So I was like, man, I can't wait to get that 16, 17U game. And then I got the 16U, and then coaches started coming, and it just shocked me. It happened all so fast.
Right, man. So now, of course, one of the best questions is, what do you think was probably your favorite moment of this season?
Good question. I want to know the answer to this as well.
Wow. I would say Christmas tournament was one of our best moments because that was our first actual win that actually really meant something to us. And after we won that game, we went back to the locker room and we were all excited. We were going back to the bus, laughing, joking, and playing. So I would say that moment. And especially like on the bus rides, we would go to another game, go to an away game. We'll all just joke around. And soon we got off that bus, we knew what it was, and we took it serious.
Which game was the most lit in your opinion?
South Johnson home at Clayton. Best game.
It had to have been that because like the local TV stations were out there calling the game. Like all the videographers was out there. That had to have been some experience.
Yeah.
What has it been like? Also, too, you've been one of the best mixtape subjects in the entire hoop state, man. You got some of the most fire mixtapes. What is it like, for you and Brandon Corbett? Y'all keep seeming to come together and make some heat.
Shout out my boy Corbett, man. He always gets me right. That's all I have to say. I just tell him I want a mixtape after a game or something. He got me.
Yep, yeah, we love Corbs. Corbs does great work, and we got a real good group of videographers around here. I'll tell you that. I'm just over here like, I'm just here. Go ahead, God, I'm sorry.
When it comes to you and talking again about you and Mason, it seems like you guys got really close really fast, but you guys are very different. Of course, you're big and he's small, but you're both very good. So how did the bonding kind of work for you guys to kind of become so close?
When Coach told me Mason was coming, he said that Mason watched film on me, and he was like, when Mason gets down here, he said me and him are going to be the duo. So I seen him on social media. He actually DM'd me, and he was like, bro, let's go. And so I got his number. We start texting from there. So then when the season came up, we all set our own goals after that Garner loss. He came back from soccer, and he was like, bro, we're not going to lose against no more. We're going to win states. And I was like, yeah, bro, let's do it. Let's try. And then after me and him said it, then that's when the team came up, and we were like, yeah, we're going to do this. And ever since then, that's just been my guy on and off the court.
Right, to another teammate of yours who I think is a very interesting prospect for the 2021 class is Javante, man, talk to me a little bit about how important his defense was for you guys this year.
I would say if it wasn't for his defense, we probably lost a couple of our games. If it wasn't for him, like, who did we play? Third round before we had went to Fayetteville. I forgot the name of the
Southeast
team.
Guilford.
Eastern
Southeast
Guilford.
Yeah, Eastern Guilford.
Eastern Guilford. Yeah, it
if
was
it
Eastern
wasn't,
Guilford with Kate Tubbs in that.
yeah, if it wasn't for Javante that game, I pretty much think we would have lost at that third round. He had came up, big defensive stops, scored buckets. He had like 15 that game, first half. He stopped. I forgot his name.
Caden Dawkins.
Dawkins. Yeah, Dawkins. I remember they was saying he was averaging about 40 and 30 in the playoffs. I think he only like 24 against us that game. Javante had him like on lockdown, I would say, that last couple minutes. So if it wasn't for him, we probably would have lost that game. And especially, I think he's most slept on too. I would say that he's a good recruit around the 2021 class, and people should start waking up and seeing his potential.
Justin Bell too.
Justin Bell, especially.
Yeah, I mean, how cool was it? You know, one of the things I always think about for your team is whenever I went to games, it'd always be somebody different. Like I believe against South Johnson at home, you know, Shaq got some big offensive rebounds and put them in. Then you got Elijah against Princeton. Then you got Justin against Cleveland at home. You know, how crazy was it that you guys were able to always have that third person who would come in and give you guys exactly what you needed?
10-man rotation. That's all I always said. We always had that. Dudes that's good off the bench and everything. So I know if me, Mason, or Shaq or JoJo can step up, I know it was going to always be that next person who can step up and help us out and get the win.
You know, when you look at it, how, you know, did any of the guys kind of take offense to it? Well, not say take offense to it, but any of the guys kind of have a problem adjusting to it, or either did they all just accept their roles and said that we want to win more than anything?
We all accepted our roles, and we really wanted to win. So I'm pretty sure everybody, it wasn't no jealousy or nothing. We just wanted to win, and everybody know what they had to do and their part to do before we can win.
I know you probably don't want to talk about this, but that fourth round game, against Westover, what were some of the things they kind of did to hold you guys off when you guys were making that charge in the second half?
All I gotta say is they're a good team, and I would say if we have a slow first half start, and if I was to do what I did second half, I'm pretty sure, and I'm 100% sure that we would have won that game. So we all had a slow start. I think we had to chill and stuff like that, but it's all cool, man.
Right. When you look at DeMarco Dunn, you know, how impressed were you with him, and what was it like, you know, competing against a guy who, just like you, was one of the top prospects in the 2021 class?
Man, he shocked me. He came in the first game, in the game, hit about 2-3 threes back and forth, and then got JoJo in the paint and bullied him. I was like, come on now. So all I gotta say, he's tough.
Yeah, you know, what is it? Who are some of your favorite guys to compete against? You know, no county, no state.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite guys to just play against?
One person I would say is Elijah. Elijah Jameson. That's one dude I love playing against, especially when we're in camps. Cause man, we go at it all the time. We talk trash every day, like when we're on the phone. And another dude is Jalen. When we go to camps, we end up playing against each other, and we just go at it.
Jalen McDonald, right?
Jalen McDonald, yeah.
Gotcha. I was like, wait, huh?
Yeah. Who has more? Who is he really the bounce king, or do you got more hops than him?
Talk about that. You said what?
I said, is he really the bounce king, or do you got more hops than him?
He got the most bounce in the country. That's all I got to say. I don't think too many people jump him.
Hey, BJ's not lying.
And then also I would say Dontrez. Me and Dontrez, we had a whole bunch of matchups and we went back and forth.
Man,
right.
That's my guy too. And big shouts out to him for coming to UNC also.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. So, you know, when you look at it right now, of course, we're not playing AAU basketball. You know, everyone was talking about CP3 because of, you know, they got Jaden Bradley now. And, of course, you know, Garner Rowe got DeMarco Dunn. Man, how great would it have been if y'all three could have been in the tournament together? Who do you think wins?
Who you think will win? It's loaded out here, man. The boys don't stand no chance.
Once again, you think he's not gonna pick his own team?
Hey, I'm checking the
The
temperatures
boys don't
out
stand
here.
no chance. And they saying this start next month, so we're gonna find out. That's all I have to say.
Hey, if it starts, we definitely gotta come see you, man. You are
For
like a
sure.
one-man show out here sometimes.
For sure.
I want to talk about kind of the game that kind of started everything. The game against Corinth Holders that Kai was at to start the year. Did that 38-point game from you? Did that just kind of set the tone for everything that was to come?
I wouldn't say that. That game, I just came in there and I just tried to hoop. That's all I tried to do. That's why I try to do every game to try to get the win. But whatever I had to do to get the win, I do it. But the rest of the stuff came like scoring wise, getting rebounds, helping my team. That came with ease, I would say. It's just the mental part, staying in the game, not getting frustrated, and staying with your team. That's the only thing I had really trouble with, and I was trying to get together.
I mean, of course, with that game, you had 18 in the third quarter. What was it like? You know, that was a hostile environment. People were coming at you to just be able to kind of silence the crowd.
Yeah. First half, I had a terrible first half, and my team went back to the locker room and said, "BJ, you're good. You know it's gonna come with ease, and you just stay in your head and stay in your right mindset." And I was like, "Yeah, y'all right. I got y'all." He was like, "Keep shooting the ball, man. It's gonna come." So came in, shot my first shot, good. Came back somebody up, another point. And so then they just kept feeding me, and just trying to put the ball in.
I think one thing that really stood out to me when I saw you was your ability to pass the ball. Even when you were hot, when you were hot from the field, scoring at will, when people were starting to send double teams at you, I saw you make a lot of incredible reads out there. So is that kind of part of you opening up your game a little bit and showing that you got the whole bag?
That's always been a part of my game. My AAU coaches used to say I'm too passive, and they want me to go. At first, I want to really get my team involved before I even score the ball, and I had to get out a little bit and start going at it and stop trying to be nice. That's what my dad always told me to say. Attack, stop trying to be nice, and then the passing and stuff will come. So I would say ever since like 9th grade, I've always been a pass first. And then that 11th grade this year, right here, I really start getting that.
Right. Now, of course, BJ, you said you came from Word of God. How different do you think public school was versus private school?
Private school, I would say it's consistently more talented people. It's talented people in public schools, I feel like too, but that private school is kind of different. Like you'll play against another dude who's 7 foot or 6'11", then next game you got to worry about the same dude, the same abilities to do the same thing the other person did, and it was tough, I would say. And then public school, I would say it's kind of tough too because you got to deal with somebody probably like me who they got to worry about, and then I got to get a box of one on. I won't get that in like private schools or nothing like that because I got another person that's about same my size could do the same thing I could do. So I would say it was tough. That's all I gotta say.
Speaking of defense, what is the craziest defense a team has thrown at you?
Oh my God. Cleveland played a box on me in full court. That killed me. I had like 4 points. I was so mad. And got little Zach on me going wherever I go. And I don't know where he's at. He's like right here near my knees, and I still don't know where he's at. I'm trying to look down. He's quick. I'm trying to dribble the ball, trying to get to the paint. He's still right there. So I would say probably that box one from Cleveland. That's probably the worst game I ever had.
You didn't do too bad though. I mean, you still had I think like 8 points and like 10 rebounds, and like I think you had like 6 assists, something like that.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no, see, because I went back, because I did the Player of the Year mixtape for you, and I was looking, man, I was like, wow, this wasn't as bad as he thought it was.
Yeah, looking through the film, it was just like if BJ wasn't scoring, he was either getting an offensive board, kicking it out for an open shot. If he was on the ball, even if he was struggling from the field, he'd find open man and get like. I feel like that game kind of proved that it's truly a team with Clayton. They got scoring punch from everywhere, which is why they were one of the best teams in the state this year.
Sure.
One of the things I do got to ask you too, man, is of course when you play the game, you play with a lot of showmanship. How much of that is just emotions, and how much of that is also you enjoy the showmanship part of the entertainment?
I'm a person, and I like giving people a show. That's how I've always been. So the big fan base that we had at Common Crew, shout out Common Crew. Those are all my guys. I knew they'll come in and they'll hype me up and everything, and I try to give them a show. And especially the fans, I would say parents, everything.
What was it like? What is it like? Dealing with criticism of adults because you do like to play with that type of showmanship.
I would say the adults don't get me. If they actually understand me and understand where I come from and everything like that, they'll understand it.
All right. When it comes to the situation in the background that you come from, for people who don't know, because I think most people look at Johnson County, they look at Smithfield, and they see, oh, it looks nice, it's right outside of Raleigh. How much different is it, growing up in, the poorer neighborhoods that are around Smithfield and Selma?
I would say when I was like around my grandma, my dad, and seeing stuff around there and seeing people on the side and Brotherhood, the corner store and stuff like that, it kind of made me feel bad. And like every time I walk around there or I drive by and I see somebody like that, it kind of hurts me because it's where I'm from. So like just seeing that just makes me like want to strive better and go to bigger dreams and trying to do better for my community and help them out. So like where I'm from, with my grandma, all we used to really eat, me and my dad, we'd just sleep on the floor, sleep on the couch, and all we really used to do is probably eat like bologna sandwiches or something. So just knowing that is just crazy.
Right. And then when you look at it too, you talked about, people getting caught up in the streets and just messing up their opportunities. How much does that hurt you to see when people who are close to you don't succeed like they could be?
It kind of hurts me because they really had the talent and they're going behind other people and trying to be what those people want to be. They're taking a shorter route of money, I would say. You have a bigger dream. I done seen a couple people who was ranked in the state as middle schoolers, and they could have did something really for themselves, and they got back in the streets and just messed up their whole mindset. That just hurts me because, man, you could have did better. But those same people who I say could have did better, they still come to me and support me and still tells me to go out, strive and don't do what they do. So I'm just blessed to still have them with me, I would say.
Right, man. I think, Leica, you got any other questions, man?
Yeah. I know we were supposed to have the WJG Sports Classic before COVID-19 kind of took over. Was there anyone in that? I don't know if you've looked at the rosters recently, but is there anybody out there is there anyone out there that you would love to go against, like one-on-one?
I was gonna say CJ Ray. I was gonna say CJ. This hospital mess, I was gonna say, and I was gonna show what was really up. What was really what's up. So that's all I was looking for, but forget it now. Corona.
Yeah. Well, we still hope to have it sometime during the summer if things clear up. But of course, Kai and I we'll have further details on that when we can provide when we have more clarity. We'll have more details on what we're planning on doing.
One other question too. When you look at it, the whole BJ versus CJ thing. What was it like, kind of gearing up for those games? Like, did everyone's kind of? There was a lot of people who said that CJ was the better player. How much was that driving you and getting you prepared for games?
To be honest, I really didn't pay no attention to that. I'd forget it. Okay, everybody got their own opinions, I said, but I have like the little kids from Clayton that come up to me and say, "BJ, just go ahead and do what you do, and then just have fun, and then just put on a show for us and go dunk the ball or something like that." So just having the little kids come up to me and say that before a game gets me hyped. So I just say shout out to them.
All right, how cool is it now that you kind of like, kind of a little bit of a celebrity and that, you do have little kids looking up to you?
I say it's a blessing. Don't everybody come and get that. Everybody who plays sports doesn't get that. So just to think that a kid wants to be like me or looks up to me, I'm thankful for that, and that makes me want to do better and give them a better role model and stuff like that. So that helped me be a better role model or something like that. So just to have that, I'm glad to have.
I think that's a good one to end on, man. That's
Sure.
really tough, man. BJ, thank you so much for joining us. I know this is a big time for you, and we can't wait to see where you decide to go to college. What are the details on how you will be doing your announcement?
So me and my mom and my dad, we just talked about it this morning. I will be having it at Clayton High School. So we'll give you guys the time, and stuff like the times and stuff like that, for you guys can know the information and possibly come out.
Are you going to be cutting your list down?
No.
Okay.
It's gonna be
So
straight to it.
you're just throwing it out there whenever we get there.
I like it. I like that. I'm with it.
Hey.
BJ, is there anywhere you would like to promote? Would you like to promote your social media? Like where to follow you at?
Oh, if you guys want to follow me, go follow me on Instagram at bgreat_b, and that's also my Twitter. So give me a follow.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. Once again, BJ Freeman from Clayton High School. This is the Just Like Brothers podcast, episode 44. You know where to find Kai and I, of course, right?
Right.
Sure.
And we'll come back and we'll have some more stuff for you throughout the week. So thank you, and we'll see you again next time. Peace out.